So I wanted to share a project I've been working on. I built this ages ago, um, but I've only now just rebuilt it with some new features, and it's the Wheel of the Year that you see here. It has a number of wheels that revolve in real time. The perspective is from the southern hemisphere, so you have to imagine that you're standing in the center of the wheel and you're facing north. The vertical line that goes straight up above your head is the now time. Obviously, you're standing in that moment of now. To the right is the east, and the sun will rise there and move across the sky sunwise, which is anti-clockwise in the southern hemisphere, and will set in the west, which is to the left. And all of the months and seasons and zodiacs and moon all revolve in that same direction. Now what the wheel does is plot this all in real time. You'll see the time now. It is also on a time wheel, but it's also shown digitally in the middle. There's a month wheel inside that, so you can see where about a third of the way into April. Click on all of these icons are clickable, so I click the sun. You can see a bit of information about the sun, altitude and azimuth, and set time, rise time. You can see the sun's now in Aries. It's moving out of Aries towards Taurus. Click on the moon. You can see the moon's 88%. Waning, so we've just been past a full moon. And the moon is in Sagittarius. There's the season wheel, that's the smallest one. So it shows you that we're sort of partway into autumn. The season wheel's based on the beginning at the equinoxes and not at the months like we normally do in Australia. Then there's the festivals of the year in a wheel, with Samhain, Albanathan, Imbolc, etc. around the wheel. And they're situated in real time, so the symbol for Samhain is just to the right of the central line, and that's showing it's coming up next. Then I have a wheel of the Ogham months. There are tooltips that pop up when you mouse over, and I thought the video was going to capture those, but it's not. But anyway, click on an icon, and the wheel moves to that exact time. Samhain on the southern hemisphere is 5th of May 2020 at 10:46 p.m, and you'll see that the time now is saying that, and time's ticking over. The moon at that moment in time will be virtually straight above us, and almost full. And at that time, obviously, the sun has well and truly set, so it's night time, and it's minus 67 degrees azimuth, or however you say that. The moon will be in Libra. The sun obviously will be in Taurus. And then we click the reset wheel, and it just takes us back to now, so that we've just turned back. Now we can click the next one. We can go to the winter solstice, 21st of June at 7:43 a.m. So at that moment in time, sun's a little bit above the horizon to the right there. The moon's virtually dark, just heading up towards a new moon. The next day it would be new. The moon's in Gemini, the sun's obviously in Cancer, and you can sort of see that it's on the cusp of Cancer. It's only just moved into that. Clicking the icon should make it go away. Then we reset the wheel. Once we've travelled away, we can travel back. Now the Ogham months, I'll click mine, which is the Hawthorn. Gives you the time period, and there's a little poem in there, and that it's gone, so you will know it in the middle of Hawthorn. That's where the clicking on the icon takes you to the middle of it. You'll see what the moon and sun are doing. These arrows down the bottom allow you to step forwards and back in time, so the ones to the right step forwards, minute, hour, day and week. So I'm going to click the step forward in days and you'll see the moon jump around. The zodiac is slowly rotating as we move towards Taurus. Aries goes up until the 19th of April, so once we get to the 20th, it should be just past the halfway mark between Aries and Taurus. It's getting close. It's on the 18th of April, so 2 more clicks and we'll be in Taurus. Just heading in now, and then down the bottom of all the text it says Taurus and the times. You can always click on a constellation if you're not sure what it is. We've just left Aries. Now we can I'll jump a few more days and see what goes on. You can see the moon is coming up. Very small, and the next one the moon will be dark. There it is, right on top of the sun. And we'll start getting new again and moving out and growing as it goes. And then we can step in weeks and we can see bigger differences. So the moon pretty well jumps a quarter phase each time that we step by a week. And you'll see the date change in the middle. Of course, we're not changing the time of day. The sun pretty well stays in the same position in the sky. We can come back to now, and now a really good feature is putting in any date and time you like. So this is the date and time I was born, 16th of May 1959 at 9 AM. I can see where the moon was, what sort of moon, half moon it was. Moon is between Leo and whatever's after Leo, Virgo or something. Sun's obviously in Taurus, because I'm a Taurian. Reset the wheel and we'll come back to now. If the wheel doesn't fit your screen very well, you can zoom out with the little icons to the top left and zoom back in, make it smaller or bigger. And it is a little bit resource hungry, so if your computer's stuttering or something, you can turn the clouds off, may help. Stop them scrolling, and closing other applications may help too. And I thank you for listening.